Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Once upon a time, on the edge of a vast and whispering forest, there stood a small, cozy cottage made of stone and wood. Wildflowers grew in cheerful clusters around it, and tall pine trees watched over it like gentle guardians. This cottage belonged to three bears who lived together as a loving family. There was Papa Bear, who was large and strong, with a deep voice that rumbled like distant thunder. He worked hard gathering firewood and honey from the forest and was known for his wisdom and patience. Then there was Mama Bear, medium-sized, warm-hearted, and thoughtful. She kept the house clean, cooked delicious meals, and made sure everything was just right for her family. Finally, there was Baby Bear, small, curious, and playful. He loved stories, adventures, and anything new or shiny. One sunny morning, Mama Bear prepared a big pot of porridge for breakfast. She stirred it carefully and tasted it. "Oh dear," she said, fanning her mouth. "This porridge is too hot to eat right now." Papa Bear nodded. "Yes, it needs time to cool." Baby Bear peered eagerly into his little bowl. "I'm hungry. I can't wait." Mama Bear smiled kindly. "Why don't we go for a walk in the forest while the porridge cools?" The bears put on their coats and stepped outside, locking the door behind them. They wandered down a narrow forest path, chatting and enjoying the birdsong, unaware that someone else would soon find their home. Goldilocks enters the forest. Not far away, a young girl named Goldilocks was walking through the forest. She had long, shining golden hair that sparkled in the sunlight, which was how she got her name. Goldilocks was adventurous and curious but also impatient and careless. Her mother had warned her that very morning, "Do not wander off the path, and never enter a stranger's house." But Goldilocks, humming happily to herself, soon forgot those words. She chased butterflies, picked flowers, and followed winding trails until she realized she was lost. As she pushed through a cluster of bushes, she suddenly saw a cottage. "Oh!" she exclaimed. "Someone lives here. Maybe they can help me." She walked up to the door and knocked. There was no answer. She knocked again. A still silence. "Perhaps no one is home," she said to herself. Without thinking further, Goldilocks tried the door handle. To her surprise, it opened. She stepped inside. The tempting porridge. The cottage was warm and inviting. A fire crackled softly in the hearth, and on the wooden table sat 3 bowls of porridge, each steaming gently. Goldilocks' stomach growled. "I am so hungry," she said. "Just a little taste won't hurt." She lifted a spoon and tried the porridge from the largest bowl. "Ugh! This porridge is too hot," she cried, dropping the spoon. She moved to the medium bowl and took a bite. "This one is too cold," she said with a frown. Finally, she tried the smallest bowl. "Oh!" Goldilocks smiled. "This porridge is just right." She ate every last bite until the bowl was completely empty. The chairs. After eating, Goldilocks felt tired. "I think I'll sit down for a moment," she said. She walked into the living room, where 3 chairs stood near the fireplace. She sat in the biggest chair. "This chair is too hard," she complained. She tried the medium chair. "This one is too soft." Then she sat in the smallest chair, made just for Baby Bear. "This chair is just right," she said happily. But she rocked back and forth until crack. The chair broke into pieces beneath her. "Oh no!" Goldilocks gasped. She stood up quickly and backed away, feeling a little guilty but not enough to leave. The bed's upstairs. Feeling sleepy now, Goldilocks noticed a staircase. "I'll just lie down for a moment," she whispered. Upstairs were 3 beds, neatly made. She tried the big bed. "This bed is too hard," she said. She tried the medium bed. "This bed is too soft." Finally, she lay down in the small bed. "This bed is just right," Goldilocks sighed. Within moments, she fell fast asleep. The bears return. Meanwhile, the 3 bears returned home from their walk. Papa Bear sniffed the air. "Something smells different." Mama Bear frowned. "The door was locked when we left." Baby Bear's eyes widened. "Someone's been here." They walked inside and went to the table. Papa Bear growled, "Someone has tasted my porridge." Mama Bear gasped. "Someone has tasted my porridge too." Baby Bear cried, "Someone has eaten all my porridge and it's gone." They moved into the living room. Papa Bear roared, "Someone has sat in my chair." Mama Bear said sadly, Someone has sat in my chair too. Baby Bear's voice trembled. Someone has sat in my chair and it's broken. Now the bears were truly worried. They climbed the stairs. Papa Bear said, "Someone has slept in my bed." Mama Bear said, "Someone has slept in my bed too." Then Baby Bear squeaked, "Someone is sleeping in my bed." Goldilocks wakes up. Baby Bear's tiny voice startled Goldilocks awake. She opened her eyes and saw 3 bears staring at her. She screamed, "Ah!" Goldilocks jumped out of bed, ran down the stairs, and dashed out the door as fast as her legs could carry her. She didn't stop running until she was deep in the forest. A lesson learned. Goldilocks collapsed beneath a tree, breathing hard. Her heart pounded, and tears filled her eyes. "Oh, how foolish I was," she sobbed. "I entered a stranger's home, ate their food, broke their chair, and slept in their bed." She remembered her mother's warning. From that day on, Goldilocks promised herself that she would always ask permission, respect others' property, and never let curiosity turn into carelessness. She found her way home before nightfall, wiser than before. The bears' new rule. Back at the cottage, the bears repaired Baby Bear's chair and locked their door more carefully. Mama Bear said gently, "I hope whoever it was learned a lesson." Papa Bear nodded. "Everyone deserves kindness but also respect." Baby Bear smiled. "And next time, we'll make extra porridge." The 3 bears sat together, safe and happy once more. And so, peace returned to the little cottage in the forest. Moral of the story: respect others' homes and belongings. Curiosity is natural, but manners and honesty matter more. And that is the story of Goldilocks and the 3 bears.